What's up with you? For today's video, with me full pseudo Pokemon team. Ryan, this one is for you. So these are Pokemon that could possibly be a different type, and I'll be using Pokemon specifically that weren't in Sword and Shield. Now, it's based around opinion, and of course, if you think something else could go in here, remember, I'm doing Pokemon from only Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl that didn't appear in Sword and Shield, leave a comment below. If you want your own custom theme team or Pokemon sweep, you can check it out at patreon.com/PIMPNITE. The link's in the description of the video, and let's get into it. The first battle here today, this is against Cop Mycin, and we also have a theme team here as well. So if you can guess the theme team, let me know in the comment section, and if you enjoy the video, drop a like on there as well. Okay, my first Pokemon is going to be Granbull. Now, Granbull I've got as normal and fairy typing. In the past, Granbull was a normal type, but it lost its normal typing. So I thought, well, it could definitely still be a normal and fairy typing. It gets a lot of normal moves as well, and this is going to be a special Granbull, so really working around Hyper Beam. Now, my opponent's got a Shellos here. You don't get to see Shellos very often, and Shellos is going to be spamming Double Team. Now, this is a quick feat Granbull. We got Hyper Beam, Dazzling Gleam, Work Up, and Fire Blast. I put Fire Blast on there so I wouldn't get walled by Steel types. Hyper Beam for Stab, if you know what I mean. And we've just got Dazzling Gleam there for a little bit of coverage as well. So this Shellos kept using Double Team over and over and over again. My most strongest move here was going to be Hyper Beam. Now, I know that Everlight isn't in the game, but I feel like there's definitely going to be some sort of like bulk investment at least on Shellos. And since Granbull's special attack isn't really all that good, I was worried about the damage. So anyway, I finally hit a Hyper Beam, and Shellos takes it very, very well. So it hits a 3-hit KO. Now, Shellos is going to pop a Fissure, right? It's going to slide right on by me, which is very, very good. Now, I've got a chance here. If I can get one more Work Up, then fire off another Hyper Beam. That will be able to take out the Shellos. Man, Shellos' head, it looks like jelly. When you look at his little head, it looks like that jelly, like you get it and you turn it upside down. That's what it looks like. I think it was called aeroplane jelly. So I've got my Granbull going for a Work Up here, and now the next Hyper Beam will be able to take it out, judging on the damage I did a couple of turns ago. However, Shellos is going to land the Fissure, and my Granbull is going to be no more. So that was my normal and fairy type Granbull. Definitely feel like you could have kept that typing. Now, my next Pokemon is going to be Donphan as a Steel and Ground type. When you look at Donphan, it definitely looks like a Steel type, and it is covered in armor and plates, and that's sort of, I guess you could say, Steel and armor plates, and it gets some Steel type moves as well. I'm going to swap back in and go for a Fissure, and I take it out with one shot on my very, very first go. So it was sort of like some, hot, tasty karma, This set has got Gyro Ball, Fissure, Thunderfang, and Earthquake, max health, and max attack. I've got Sturdy Ability, Quick Claw as my item too, and I've got Brave Nature. So I want that Gyro Ball hitting as hard as possible. In comes Lord Helix here. I can go for a Thunderfang, or I could go for an Earthquake. I don't know, I'm not sure whether this is going to have a focus as, but I was like, well, I'm going to have to attack it sometime, so let's just go for Earthquake. And that was enough to take it out in one shot, so I'm not sure what sort of set that was, but bye-bye on my night. That's 2 Pokemon down. Next Pokemon to come out is going to be Gastrodon. Now, this is going to probably destroy me. However, I do have the power of Fissure if I can land it. That's the thing. Now, Gastrodon's obviously going to hit me with a water or a ground type move, and it's going to go for a Scummy Water, but it misses. Both her attacks miss, so I'm very glad I didn't get hit by that. Now, I know that I can leave one move from Gastrodon. Fissure's got to slide on by, and now Gastrodon is going to go for a Ice Beam. Ice Beam does a lot of damage to me. I lived on 69 health there. I can possibly go for Earthquake to get some damage, or I can roll the dice and go for Fissure. I rolled the dice, but it didn't pay off, and now Gastrodon is going to be able to take me out with an Ice Beam. It's okay, though. It's fine. I still took 2 Pokemon down, so I'm pretty happy with that. So bye-bye Donphan. But I definitely feel like that could be a Steel-type Pokemon. Next is going to be Cacturne as a Ground and Dark type. So Cacturne is literally a scarecrow or a cactus in the desert. It has an ability, Sand Veil. It gets some ground type moves as well. And I definitely feel like it can fit that type too. Not saying that Dark wouldn't fit the type, but I feel like, ground could definitely work in. It gets a really cool move called Rototiller, but that is unfortunately not in the game at the moment. So we got the Gastrodon swapping out there. Obviously very scared of a grass type move. And we've got, I'm not sure what this Pokemon is. I think it's called Slugma. So anyway, Slugma's going to get hit by this sand here. I've got a Sand Veil. This is a really scummy set. I've got Leech Seed, and I've got Ingrain, and I've got Giga Drain. So I can pretty much set the leech seed up, and then I can allow the Sand Veil to help me dodge some attacks and then attack with Giga Drain. The EV spread on this is max health and max special attack. The thing about Cacto, which is really cool, it gets a lot of attack and special attack. Slugma just used Harden. Slugma used Harden. Only on PIMPNITE channel, people. So anyway, Slugma's really bulky right now. It doesn't have Everlight, so I know that Giga Drain will at least do some sort of decent damage, and I do have max special attack too. So I've got my Leech Seed going, which is good. The idea of this set is get the Ingrain up and the Leech Seed, and then use the Sand for extra damage and evasion, and then use Giga Drain too. Had quite a lot of success with this set in some battles too. So go for Giga Drain, and Slugma takes it fairly well. Now it's going to go for Lava Plumes. Like, well, I should be able to lift this, and Cacto just got critted by one Lava Plume. Man, and it got through the evasion. So what can you do there? Slugma's just too good. So bye-bye Cactan, and I've got to take the Slugma round, right? It's destroying my team right now. But yeah, Cactan, I feel, definitely fits as a ground type too. And if you've got any suggestions, make sure they're Pokemon that only appear in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, but not Sword and Shield before suggesting too. Or you can just suggest anyone if you want to. That's fine too. So we got Gliscor with Cross Poison, Fling, Acrobatics, and Guillotine. I always felt this could work well as a poison flying Pokemon. It literally has ability Poison Heal, so you can give it the Toxic Orb, and it gets a lot of poison type moves too. And it's a Scorpion. Scorpions are very poisonous or venomous. I know they're different things, but I think it's pretty close to being a poison type Pokemon. So we got the Slugma going for recovery, and it's going to be stalling me for a little bit, which is okay. I do have cross poison, so if I can land one crit on this, I should be able to take it out. The good thing about being poisoned too is you can't get any other stats. Like, you can't get free sacks. Not that Gliscor would probably be living an ice move, and Slugma would be using an ice move, but it's the thought that counts, people. So I got some more toxic damage on the Slugma, and I got some more Sand. The Sand actually worked quite well for my Gliscor too, which is actually, when you look at them like Donphan, and we've got Cacturne and Gliscor, this team actually was quite good. Sand, at least from those three Pokemon, right? Now, Slugma, hopefully I can take it out this turn. I'm going to go for Cross Poison, and it just lives and gets another Lava Plume off. That actually hit me really hard. However, Slugma is going to go down to the Sandstorm. Man, that was a struggle taking that Slugma out. Slugma's got a pretty cool shine. It's like silver. It's a silver slug. I guess they leave a silvery trail behind, so it makes sense. Maybe that's why they made it shiny. Next Pokemon is going to be Macargo. Where'd Macargo? So that's what happens, right? You go into a shopping store, right? And then you forget where you park, and then you look outside, like you look both ways, and there's like a million cars there, and you go, where'd my car go? Like, that's what happened to me. I think I told that story before, but I'll tell it to you again. It was like kind of getting close to being like sort of dark when I walked outside. There was still like a million cars out there. So what I did, right, is I got my key and I pressed the unlock button, and I looked for my car like just flashing opening, but damn, I had to go down like 20 freaking lanes to find it. I eventually got it. It was like a mission, people. Anyway, back to the battle. I think I told that story before, but I thought I'd tell it again to any new viewers. So we got Poison Hill working me very nicely here, and we got a Macargo with Shell Smash, which is pretty scary. Now, I've got Acrobatics as not very effective. I've got Cross Poison. I can't go for Fling. I could go for Guillotine, but I'd rather get some damage than none, Now, Macargo is going to go for a Guard Swap, which is pretty good, because what's that going to do is it's going to swap the guard around. So obviously the defense and special defense got dropped by Shell Smash, and that will become on my Gliscor, so it's going to not have really weakened defenses from those Shell Smash. You can get around that with White Herb too, but it's nice because you can give the opponent those drops and then hit them even harder. So a cool little strategy. Now the Macargo is going to go for a Lava Plume there. No way I'll be living that one. So bye-bye Gliscor. Not that it's special defense is really all that good. Anyway, so the sand is finally subsided, and at least I've nearly taken Macargo out. I feel like 2 more turns will be enough. So now I'm going to go E2 for Alligator. So for Alligator, we've got this one as Dragon and Water. Now this one's... It does learn some dragon moves, of course, like Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance, Dragon Pulse, stuff like that. It does have appearances of a dragon, or at least, dragon appearances on its face and its arms and stuff like that. But this one might be a little bit more of a stretch than the other ones here. But you know what? I definitely felt it could work into a dragon role too. Now, we got the Feraligatr swapping out here, and we got Manaphy coming. I definitely feel that Manaphy could be a fairy and water. It just on looks. It definitely looks like a fairy type. It's small and petite, you know what I mean? And it gets a lot of petite, and it gets a lot of fairy type move. It gets a Dazzling Gleam, which is a pretty good special attacking move. So we got a Dazzling Gleam, Tail Glow, Rain Dance, Water Gun. So this is gonna drop hard, right? Firstly, what you gotta do, you gotta set up the Tail Glow. Now, Tail Glow gives you a drastic rise, so +3 in special attack. We got another Shell Smashing Pokemon. It's going to be Master this time, so I need to take this out like super fast. So it's going to get a speed rise and an attack and special attack rise. So I have to hit this one pretty hard. I've got Damp Rock and I've got the ability Hydration too. Max speed and max special attack. See, Alea, it does look, I reckon it does look like a fairy type. You know, when you think of some of the fairies that aren't fairy Pokemon, you know, like Celebi and stuff like that. I feel like that looks like a fairy type, like small and petite and fairy-like, you know, granting wishes to you every day of the week. So go for Dazzling Gleam on Omasa. It's going to drop it in one shot. I'm glad I didn't get hit by any more blasts than that too. Now, the last Pokemon is Gastron. I really want to go for a Water Gun. I really, truly do, but I think it might have Storm Drain. What should have something like Sticky Hole? But I can go for a Dazzling Gleam. That'll do a lot of damage, so I decided to go for that. Now, Dazzling Gleam doesn't really do amazing damage to Gastron, considering I had +3. This Gastron is super thick, and it's going to take me out with a Earth Power. So bye-bye Manaphy. All that's left now is my Dragon Feraligatr. It does definitely have dragon-like appearances. So I've got a Life Orb and Sheer Force set, Dragon Pulse, Blizzard, Hydro Pump, and Focus Mist. Unfortunately, I couldn't really make use of Sheer Force on a dragon move, but, since I was running a special set, I thought, why not? So I've got Blizzard as an option. I've got Focus Blast. They're both the same power, but, very, very similar power, but this has a little bit, like 10 more base power, but the accuracy is looking sort of bad on both moves. So I just went for Focus Miss, and unfortunately, the Focus Miss is going to miss. I've got one more shot at getting this, and Gastron also has leftovers, so I'm going to need a massive critical hit to take out Gastron. Focus Miss is finally going to land here on the Gastron, and look at the damage it does. Unfortunately, I would have been so close if I landed that first one, and now Gastron is going to finish me off with an Ice Beam. Damn, the salt is real, people. Thank you for the Battle Comp set and a really cool team right there. It would have been interesting to see the, what the first one would have been, Well, I mean, if I landed the first one, it would have been all over, but that's the way it is sometimes, people, with Focus Miss. Let's get on to battle number 2 here. This is a battle against Rin. We got 2 battles today, and we got an Infernape lead. So, the greatest matchup in Pokemon history right now. I've got such a good matchup. I'm actually going to swap out here because I feel sorry for the opponent. So swapping out my Cacturne here, right? And I really like Cacturnes. I mean, I know that it doesn't have much to do with it, but Cacturne Shiny makes it sort of look like a ground type too. That's why I included the shiny one. So Infernape's going to hit me fairly hard there with a, I think it was a Fire Punch. Glisten's got pretty good base defense. Now, what I want to do here is I do want to go for Acrobatics, but Acrobatics isn't going to be at full base power. It's only going to be at 55 base power because I do have an item. So that's why I've got Fling on this. So once I poison myself with the Poison Eel, I can just simply fling my item away, to the opponent. So Air Ace is not going to do anything at all. I'm going to go for the Toxic Orb Fling here, and that's not going to do a lot to the Infernape, but it is going to poison. Man, it's actually cold right here. I've got my aircon on, turned it on, but I think it's like really low at the moment. So it doesn't feel like Australia. It feels like some other cold country. What's a cold country like? Canada or something like that? You guys get like negative 69 degrees Celsius over there. At the moment, Australia, it's been banging like 30 plus every day, getting close to 40 as well. So it's been really hot here. So speaking of hot, we got the Infernape going for a Fire Punch, almost taking me out. I can go for like a double boosted Gliscor Acrobatics, and that is going to take Infernape out easy. So, I mean, I probably could have taken it out with 2 Acrobatics anyway without flinging my item away, but at least I've got rid of the item, so my move is going to be a full base power. I wonder if this is the thing, Olympics. Why is that called Olympics? Is it for pole vault? Like you grab a Steelix's head and use it as a pole vault, or like you jump over it. I'm not really sure. Or you climb up the stony snake. I'm not sure. What sort of sport is? Wait, I know what sport is going to be. Javelin. So what you do if you don't know what javelin is, right? It's a sport. you grab like a spear, and you got to throw it like a spear sort of thing, and you got to throw it as far as you can. I'm trying to imagine trying to pick up a Steelix and throw it. Anyway, back to the battle. I won't ramble too much longer. So we got the Steelix go for a heavy slam here, and since I'm a steel type, it's not going to do much damage to me right now. Donphan's got Earthquake. It's also got Fissure. Now, I really want to go for Fissure, but I know deep down that it probably has Sturdy as the ability, and Earthquake's going to do a lot, right? Now, we've got, see those armor plates on Donphan right there? Like, they definitely could be passed as a steel type, I believe. So we got Steelix swapping out here. And we've got the Toga Smile coming in, which is going to be the Toga Kiss. So that's unfortunate, but it's actually quite good for me because I can use my Steel type move here, being Gyro. Now, since I've got Brave Nature, this should do a lot of damage. So here comes the Air Slash from the Toga Scum, and I just live, but unfortunately, I get flinched, which sucks. So it's going to be able to take me out there before I can even lay one attacking move. The second one was a crit, too. It's just rubbing salt into the wound. So bye-bye, Donphan. Now we're going to go for Alligator. I feel like I've got a chance here to go for either a Blizzard or go for... You know what? I'm just going to go for Blizzard because it's super effective. So I believe that it'll be a 2-hit KO on Togekiss. It may even be a 1 if they are running like a sweeping set. And it does fairly good damage. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, Togekiss is going to go for a Attract. So this is going to be a filthy, scummy set with Air Slash and Attract. They may even have, like, Thunder Wave up there, too. So I'm not playing any games of that. I'm swapping out straight away. And I'm going to go into my Granbull. So I thought if they go for a status move, at least I'll be able to have my ability activated. However, they went for an Air Slash and said Granbull is just going to live really, really badly. But the Flame Orb is now up, which is going to activate the Quick Feed. So I can potentially go for a Dazzling Gleam or Hyper Beam. Now, I really want to go for a Hyper Beam, but I thought, well, if I go for Hyper Beam, the next Pokemon will just come in and take me out. So let's go for Dazzling Gleam here. Now, the problem with Granbull and Dazzling Gleam is it's really, really weak because its special attacks suck. So Togekiss managed to just hang on there on the tiniest little bit of health, which is really, really frustrating. But it is what it is, people. Now I'm going to bring in my Manaphy here. It's high time I hit them with a quality water gun. But before I do that, I can go for a Tail Glow, because I know that I can lever Air Slash. So outspeeding the Togekiss, which is great, and giving myself a +3 in special attack. So now I'm free to water gun as much as I want to, right? I kind of like hoped I could give Manaphy Bubble, but Bubble unfortunately isn't in the game. So they're going to go for Ancient Power. That would have actually been really bad if they got a boost there, because the Air Slash coming after that would have probably taken him out, but even if it didn't, it would have done a lot of damage, and I could have been flinched. So I'm very glad that Ancient Power did not boost the Toga Smile. So bye-bye Toga Smile. It's not smiling to any longer. So next Pokemon here we've got is not the Steelix. It's going to be the Gengar. So like, okay, Gengar. Well, I can't use Dazzling Gleam. I can go for a Water Gun, though. I wonder how much Water Gun will do to Gengar. Gengar's got Quick Claw. Only on people I shout right. And Gengar's going to go for Quick Claw Gengar. And what is this? Quick Claw Gengar. So Thunderbolt hits me really hard, right? And Water Gun, I mean, it does fair damage too. It's a 2-hit KO. Like, you definitely can't sniff at that. So go for another Water Gun, and it must have been a bulky Gengar, which is pretty cool. So props for that. Unfortunately, Curse Body is going to curse out my Water Gun, so I can't use it anymore. Last Pokemon, sorry, not last Pokemon to come out. The second last Pokemon to be revealed is going to be Palkia. So like, well, it's a good thing I'm running it's a good thing I'm Fairy and Water, because I've got Dazzling Gleam. Now, there's no point, obviously, going for any other status moves here. I could go for Dazzling Gleam, and that should do a lot of damage to Palkia, being super effective. So outspeeding the Palkia, just a lazy Palkia in the team, and Palkia gets dropped in one shot, which is beautiful. So bye-bye. Now, I know there's Steelix left. Now, if Steelix comes out here, right, I can't hit it with a Water Gun. All I can do is go for a Dazzling Gleam. Is there a lot of point in me swapping out this stage? Well, I'll lose my Tail Glow boost, and then I'll be going for like a weak Water Gun and, you know, Dazzling Gleam. I feel like it's better if the Steelix does have Sturdy to at least do some damage and break it. So go for the Dazzling Gleam. Does alright damage considering. Steelix is going to go for Earthquake here, and that is the end of my Manaphy. I mean, I would have taken Earthquake damage on my Gliscor if I maybe swapped it in, but I didn't know what it was going to do. You know, it could have had Ice Fang for all I know, predicting my Gliscor swapping. So it's got leftovers as the item. We're going to go into Cactus now. I thought, well, let's see if we can get this strategy going. Like last time, Cacturne got trolled hard by a Slugma. So I think this is pretty good. So I've got full health. I'm good to rock and roll. I've got Sandstorm, Giga Drain, Ingrain, and Leech Seed. Now, I would like to get a Ingrain up. I mean, do I even need a swap at this stage? But I want to get the Sandstorm up too. Sandstorm will benefit the Steelix too, which I didn't really want to do. But I wanted to see if I get Sand Veil working. Now, I did actually think about going for double team on this thing as well, but I opted against it because I wanted some other moves. Unfortunately, Steelix is going to land its Heavy Slam right away. I mean, it doesn't give you, like, super amazing evasion, but it just sort of helps here and there. I've got my Sand up. I cannot take another Heavy Slam, so I was like, okay, well, let's just go for Giga Drain here. That should do some okay damage. It does all right, but since Steelix has got the Sand up, Cacturne sort of does underwhelming damage. That was at max special attack too. So Steelix is going to go yet for another Heavy Slam here. I just managed to slip that second one due to the life that I sucked from Giga Drain earlier on. Now my options are to go for Giga Drain and faint the next turn, or put a Leech Seed up and maybe get an Ingrain up and maybe get some evasion. So I went for Leech Seed and it missed. I'm like, I'm the one with Sand Veil, not you, Steelix. Naughty boy. So anyway, Steelix is going to get some more leftovers recovery. Not that it needs any more leftover recovery. And at this stage, it's like, man, if I get hit by the next one, at least I can, at worst, I can put the Leech Seed up for one of my other Pokemon. But Cacturne really, it didn't really get super, super lucky in, the first battle. And it didn't really get lucky in the second battle either. So we got the Seeds on the Steelix, and Heavy Slam is going to land. And that is the end of Cacturne. It did well in all the other battles, but just not these two. You wouldn't read about it. So bye-bye, Cacturne. I could have done a double team set. I feel that would have definitely worked better with the evasion. And maybe I could have put Bright Powder on there too, but it's fine. It is what it is, people. We're going to go into Feraligatr now. I've got Hydro Pump, and I've also got Focus Miss as well. So I'm good to rock and roll. I can go for that and do some heavy damage. So go for Hydro Pump. I'm not going to get a boost from sheer force, obviously, but, coming off max special attack, it's still going to do, a heap of damage, and that is going to take out the Steelix. So good stuff right there. We got one more Pokemon left remaining. I'm going to take Life Orb damage because, obviously, sheer force, wasn't coming to effect there. So I took a little bit of Sandstorm. Now, the last Pokemon to come in this matchup is going to be the Ludicolo. So Ludicolo has the type advantage. I could do a little bit of damage. So I was like, well, Hydro Pump's going to be useless. Focus Mist will probably miss. Blizzard will probably miss. I could go for Dragon Pulse because, I'm a Dragon Water type Pokemon. And, I can get a little bit of damage there. I don't know whether Ludicolo's got any setup moves here, but at least it's not raining. That'd be very bad because, if it had Swift Swim or Rain Dish or something like that. So go for Dragon Pulse. Does alright damage considering it's not a very powerful move. And on Feraligatr, Ludicolo's going to pop a Energy Ball, and that is going to roll my Feraligatr right out of this battle. Last Pokemon is going to be Gliscor. Now, remember, Gliscor does have the acrobatics, but if Ludicolo's got Ice Beam or an Ice-type move, I'm going to be in big, big trouble. So I need to make sure I take this out now. I do have Cross Poison as well. I thought, well, I'm a Poison type as well. I could go for that, or I could go for Acrobatics. Both moves are going to do a lot of damage, so I went for Acrobatics on the Ludicolo, and that was enough to take it out. And that, my friends, is the second battle with the Pseudo Pokemon team from BDSP. Hope you really enjoyed it. I think I've got a Pokemon sweep tomorrow, so make sure you look out for that one. And peace out, people.